Hello, I'm Brian O'Neill with Industrial Power Truck and Equipment. We're a commercial truck dealership based in Fort Worth, Texas, and today I'm joined by Bill Line?
Yes.
Bill Line from Queensland, Australia, and we're very excited. Bill and his wife have been on an epic adventure for the past 5 years and have covered a serious amount of the earth in this Isuzu NPS four-wheel drive, highly modified vehicle. And when I say epic, I truly mean epic. It's covered many countries, several continents. He's had the truck at 18,000 feet.
Yes, 18,000.
At 18,000 feet, I think that's about 500 feet higher than the base camps on Mount Everest, so it's pretty exciting. And Bill's been kind enough to just share a little bit about his adventures. Bill, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got started, and how you picked the Isuzu truck.
Right. Well, basically, the reason I picked the Isuzu was because at the time I was working part-time for Isuzu as a construction person, and it was pretty obvious that I couldn't go out and buy any other brand other than Isuzu, and it's worked out to be very, very good. We haven't had any problems with it at all. The reason we picked the four-wheel drive is because the original plan, we were going to go into Russia and go what they call up to the far east of Russia to a place called Magadan, which is as far as you can drive in Russia, up in the Arctic area. And it needed a four-wheel drive, so that was the easiest way of doing it.
Very cool. How'd you come up with the whole idea to travel around the world?
Well, we had a TV program on one of our channels, and it had two guys on motorbikes from England that actually did a trip from England up through Russia right into the US, right down to the bottom into the US. Called The Long Way Around It, the video was, and we thought that was a pretty smart move, and it was a nice trip, so that's how we started the trip, just because of what they did.
And you've been caravanning a little bit, so normally you've got 2 or 3 or 4 trucks at one time as you travel?
Yeah. Our first trip through Russia, there were only 2 of us did that one. But when we decided to do Malaysia, which is started from Kuala Lumpur and going right through to Vladivostok in Russia, there were 4 of us that did that one. 1 New Zealand and 3 Australians, including myself.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was basically the China and the Tibet episode. We spent 41 days in China and Tibet.
Now, Tibet's where you were above 18,000 feet,
yes,
driving the truck. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I don't know how to start it. When you come into Tibet, you come up into a central plateau, and basically from then on, it's all about above 4,000 metres, which is a bit over 4,000 feet. And then from then on, you basically go higher and up and down mountain ranges and keep going. We've had no problem with the Isuzu as far as altitude, but the other vehicles on the trip did have problems with their vacuum brakes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Brake assist getting a little weak.
Yeah, brakes were getting weak, and they were blowing smoke. Isuzu didn't do it. It was pretty amazing. I was pretty surprised at that.
Oh yeah, that
especially with the
high
altitude. It's not many cars would be, or vehicles would be manufactured with that built into the computer system.
Not many humans have that built into the system either. Like I said, I think that's about 500 feet higher than the base camp in Everest, so it's really a pretty radical altitude.
Yeah, it is. And at that altitude you're very limited in what you can do as far as physical things. You don't do anything too strenuous, and you do know at night time, and at night time you feel a bit worn out.
No altitude sickness or anything like that?
Just a few headaches, not a great deal. And we had a Chinese guide with us, and he was a young person, and he had headaches as well. So
wow.
It's not limited to old people as well. So
very, very interesting.
It was very amazing to be at that altitude and still be quite reasonable. we thought we would have had a lot of trouble with the altitude, but we didn't.
Now, in all your journeys, obviously you've been in some extremely remote, rugged, severe duty conditions for the truck. Have you had any memorable maintenance issues or anything that you've had to improvise and fix out in the field? Or
Yes, we did actually. We were right out in the southeast of Mongolia, and we broke 2 rear springs. Not being genuine Isuzu, of course.
Sure, because that's a modification.
We modified that, and the aftermarket ones weren't good enough. But we did manage to get the vehicle back to Kuala Lumpur, and we picked up some second-hand springs off a Kamaz truck.
Wow.
That were the right length with the right holes in it for the bushes.
And did you find a shop to do that work for you?
No, it wasn't a shop. Just the shop was just a concrete slab.
Okay.
And we all got together and
made it happen. So you had the tools with you, the whole 9 yards, to get it done once you found the replacement spring.
Well, that's right. Yeah. And it was very lucky. But they do have a Isuzu over there, but all the Isuzu parts
are standard.
All got rubber bushes, straight rubber bushes in them. And it was slightly different lengths.
Now, how was the ride with a couple broken springs?
Wasn't that good?
Wasn't that good? Yeah, I was figuring as much. How far did you have to go like that?
3 days.
Okay, so a decent amount of time.
It was, and in the roads, in Mongolia, the roads are not that good. They're more 2-wheel tracks, a lot of it.
Okay.
And you drive by GPS.
Sure, absolutely.
So,
do you have special GPS databases for each of the countries?
No, we didn't. We worked on a standard Garmin world map for Mongolia, and it was pretty accurate.
Pretty good.
Just for a basic world map, yes.
Now, what's next? You're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area today. You've been back in Australia for 4 weeks, and what's the plan heading south from here?
Right, we're going to spend probably another 2 or 3 days in the US, and we're going to slip over the border down into Mexico. We're going to spend 1 month in Mexico, and then go into Belize, and then to El Salvador, Honduras, and right down to Panama. And we've got 2 months to do that, so we want to be in Panama in start of December.
Okay, very good.
And we'll put the vehicle in storage in Panama, and then head back to Australia, and then plan the next part of our trip, which will be into South America.
Will you take it all the way down to the tip of South America? Is that the game plan right now?
It is, yes.
Through Chile, or?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
We're definitely going to do right down to Chile, and we probably turn around when we get to the bottom and come back up the other side a little bit.
Will you come all the way back up to the Panama Canal? And
No, only to gosh, I can't remember the name. Sorry.
But you'll stop somewhere else, though.
Yeah, Rio. I think it comes to Rio there somewhere. We'll stop there.
Okay, very cool. Now, the truck, when you're moving it from one country to another, you're just shipping it in a cargo container on boats?
Yes, that's right. Yes, all we do is just take the two mirrors off and just drive it straight in. And I crawl out through the window, up over the top and down here, and slide out underneath the axles.
Now that's something that I'd like to get a little bit of footage of, is you getting out of the container. So it doesn't have too much to spare then. How many inches above the top of the truck is there when you put it in?
Probably around about an inch and a half.
Wow. Do you have to let any air out of the tires so you can go fully inflated?
Fully inflated.
Fully inflated.
Yes,
okay.
There's no problem with that. Yes. But the width each side, it's not a great deal. It's probably 3 inches each side.
Wow. All right. How many times has the boat been across the ocean in a container?
It's been to Vladivostok in Russia.
Okay.
It's been from London back to Australia, and from Australia to Kuala Lumpur, and from Vladivostok to Long Beach.
So several times you've had the opportunity to crawl out the window and under the truck
and
send it on its way via boat. That's very cool. Before I forget, one of the technicians here in our shop wanted to know what type of engine is in this truck.
Well, it's a standard 5.2 litre, 4-cylinder, turbo intercooled diesel.
All right, so nothing
special about it whatsoever.
special.
The engine itself has not been touched. It is stock standard.
Wow, that's really cool. We, of course, are a dealer for the Isuzu product, but we don't carry the NPS model nor the four-wheel drive here in the United States, so it's really a lot of fun to see this truck. Bill, thank you very much for taking the time to tell us about your travels and your huge adventure for the past 5 years and what's going to continue down to South America. I know you just came in to buy a few parts, and then before you know it, I had you back in here doing an interview because I thought it was a very special story and we wanted to hear a little bit about it, so I appreciate you taking the time. Obviously, we love Isuzu trucks. We've always thought that they're rugged, tough, extremely good looking, and I'm happy to see what you've done with it is truly a testament and a great adventure for you and Galen. And we look forward to following you and keeping up with your adventures down the road, and we wish you very safe travels.
Right, well, thanks very much. I appreciate that. And it's nice to talk to someone that's really interested in what you're doing and how you've done it, and offered just a little bit of help, and it's very nice. Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Well, the pleasure was all ours. Thanks, Bill.